Just about a minute. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sherard Show. I am your host, Sherard, having a wonderful time here in Hollywood. Speaking about never selling out, I hope you enjoyed those previous guests we had on the show. Mr. Adam Levine was to my left, our financial consultant. Then we had Mrs. Mara. Mrs. Mara knew a legendary actress from Hollywood, been around for a long time. And then we had the singer and the actor, Mr. Larry Colvin, who stopped by the show as well. And we're going to have more from them later on. I really appreciate how they presented me the wonderful gift. Such a surprise. You definitely want to keep up following them on the show. They will definitely be regulars as well. And then before we get to our two indelible guests to my left and right, a little word for our sponsor. Now this is I was very privy to be able to wear and this outfits that they have from this company. It's Flawless Designs. Flawless Designs. I'm the host, Sherard. It's from a gentleman named Jeremy Sine. He has designed these beautiful wear. You can see it on your screen right now. Beautiful wear, hats, t-shirts. They're extremely comfortable leisure wear, and it's something that you can wear, on your date with your girl, or the ladies can wear it out with their guys. It's flawless design, and a great thing about this wear is that when you wash it, you don't have to do all this ironing, and the hats are just beautiful. So you definitely want to check out Flawless Wear and the garments at flawlesswear.com. Clothing. It's made out in the USA, so it's not shipped off somewhere far out of seas, but it's also here made in the USA. As a matter of fact, right in my home city of Chatsworth. So you definitely want to check them out. They are a proud sponsor of the Sherard Show. Now on to the rest of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This man to my left, I had the honor of meeting him just a few months ago. He had sang again at my candy bar launch. This man can jam, and he's worked with many artists, and one of them that sticks in mind is Mr. George Benson. He stopped by the show here to talk about more about how he never sold out and how he has longevity in the industry by keeping his character. Welcome to the Sherard Show. How you doing, Sean?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, man. You dressed to the nine, brother.
Try to keep them people off of me.
He's doing a very good job. And then a gentleman to my right, he has frequented the Sherard Show many times, have some great interviews. We always have a great time. He is a gifted entrepreneur and artist, and he has the huge cartoon launch coming up called The Bluntheads. And we're going to have more about that in a minute. But he stopped by to grace us with his presence and honor me on the Sherard Show, Mr. John Boy Watts. Welcome, brother. How are you, man?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. He's so humble, man, but he's doing some really big things. Now, John, we're going to start off with you first. What have you been doing since the last time we spoke?
Been putting together the book. 2 years ago, I did my Jesus book. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I started my dating site, Forever Unite. And then the last 6 months, I've been working with the new cartoon, The Bluntheads.
Right. Now let's start. Let's start first with the Jesus book. I like that conversation. Yeah. Now, what is the book about our Lord Jesus all about?
But this particular book was a children's book. I wanted to take it back to where we teach children and those adults that do not know what Jesus done from birth to age 12, and how he interact with his 8 brothers and sisters. A lot of people don't know he has sisters and brothers.
Right, that's right.
And the things that he done as a regular human being before he became, the God he became after he got baptized.
Now, it sounds more like it can be for adults as well, because it's such educational for us. Because a lot of adults, like you said, don't know he had had brothers and sisters, and they don't know what happened in his life. They just think, they only see Jesus at 30 to 33.
Yeah, correct.
They don't see it as, being a kid to 12. So that's pretty interesting. Now, yes. Where would we be able to purchase this book?
I have a website. I have a publishing company called KyStoneBooks.com, KyStonebooks.com.
Now, and then let's moving on to your dating website. We had a great conversation about that. Now, what inspired you to start a dating website?
Well, about 5 years ago, I went on a couple dating sites, being single, and I noticed that there was a lot of things on the site that I didn't like, or I thought that they should have enhanced or offered single people. So I said, what I probably do, let me go ahead and do my research and put together my own dating site and offer the things that I think that people would be happy to receive, and the tools to actually get out there and truly get to know someone.
Now, Sean, have you ever been on a dating site?
Never.
You ever been on a dating site?
Never.
Okay, and why not? You've been married all since 5th grade or what?
Yes, I wish.
Mhm.
I really do wish. But no, I've been single way too long. But I work too much.
Mhm.
So if somebody's in my way, I tend to kind of make myself get away from them versus get closer, because it's kind of
Okay, wait.
I go all the way in. And
Afraid of love.
I don't have time for myself.
Yeah,
so
correct.
I kind of gotta.
You're that busy, huh?
I'm trying to stay that busy, because otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble.
Now, question to you, John Boy. How can somebody as busy as Sean be able to co-inhabit or coexist with your website? Is it tailored to somebody like a musician who's that busy?
I would like to know.
Yes, I mean, because it's nationwide, and you can meet anyone. But the key that he would have to find someone that's compatible and very understanding that he's on the road doing what he enjoyed doing. A lot of time it's hard to find a person, because once they fall in love, they want you to be with them 24/7. You can't. It's not good for anybody to be with anyone 24/7.
Absolutely.
So you have to have that space
So he can be able to type in what he is
and what he's looking for.
exactly, and then okay. But it's just that individual's responsibility to honor what he is. He's a musician. That's
Yes.
exactly what he is.
That's
Right,
it.
right. Okay. All right.
Because true love, no, he's not a pimp. But true love has no distance.
Exactly.
You can meet somebody in China, Malaysia. True love has no distance. I mean,
Absolutely.
come on. I mean, how far is God?
And please.
We can't even measure it,
Tell
and
it.
He still loves us.
Tell it.
So,
He's right here, and then he's in Europe, and then he's in the other end of the universe. So absolutely. Now, we're going to talk about blunt heads in a minute, but let me just get Sean here
Yes.
for a minute now. We're not going to talk about the dating, but Sean, you've been very busy with what you do as an artist, but you said mainly that you like being more behind the scenes as an artist. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, tell us a little bit about that.
I really, I started working, behind the scenes, kind of like actually at church, just setting up equipment, cleaning equipment, keeping it, maintained. And I, by chance, got a job as a drum tech back in the day, and that was with Tony, and it kind of took off from there. So I was always behind the scene, assistant type of thing, and you grow as you go. The artist side just came in the last few years as something to kind of segue into, because I'm around it so much. You do grow whether you apply yourself or not, and someone pushed the button and told me to apply myself and tapped me on the shoulder and told me I should do it. So I kind of started developing myself. They don't have artist development like they used to back in the day, so I've been doing my own artist development by semi-copycatting what I've seen and what I've been around and applying it to myself, and it's working. It's coming along great.
And one thing I really like about you is that you prefer the 70s soul sound. Is that right?
Correct.
And then, man, that's what got me, because he's bringing back the love song where men are talking to women instead of talking about them. Is that right?
Absolutely.
And that's some pretty awesome stuff.
Great.
We're talking to two gentlemen and scholars right here, Sean Atkins, the celebrity singer, and then we have John Boy Watts, who is an entrepreneur as well as the cartoonist and the brainchild behind the Blunt Heads, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's talk about the Blunt Heads. Now, this cartoon is going to be coming out. Is that July 16th, correct?
July 31st.
July 31st. Okay. Now, let's tell us the premise behind Blunt Heads.
Well, let's go back. There's a story behind it. In 2005, I was incarcerated in federal prison for overbilling Medicare. And I had about 2 years left before I was going to be released. So there was a young guy that was going to be released in a few days. So he said, man, I can't wait to get home, man. So I looked at him and said, what you going to do when you go home? He said, man, when I get out, man, I'm going to go give me something to drink, man, some Hennessy. I'm going to give me some sex, and I'm going to smoke me a blunt. So me, being naive, I don't drink, smoke, get high. I said, well, what is a blunt? He said, you take a cigar, you gut it out, you take the tobacco, you throw that weed in there, man, you lick it and puff it. Oh my God, you get high. I said, okay. I said to myself, he's going to end up in a blunt head when he get out. And then I sat there, being an artist, I drew my first character, 2005, man. Had no idea drugs were going to be legal in 28 states 12 years later, and now I have an entire family called the Bluntheads.
Wow, and he absolutely, this is a phenomenal one. Now, Ice-T and Coco are one of the voices, right?
Yeah, they're one of the voices, and also Gerald Schlink Johnson that played Black Jesus on Adult Swim, and we also in talk with Snoop Dogg.
Oh my goodness! So now this got me excited because we have some a teaser clip about it. Now let's show the first of all, before we show the teaser clip after our next commercial break, let's show a picture of the blunt heads on screen. Now it's up there on you all screen right now. Now I don't know if you can see it, John Boy. I know everybody at home can see it, but let's look at name some of the main characters on there that we can look forward to seeing when it comes out.
Okay. To the far left, with the peace sign, the guy that holding peace sign, is Mr. Blunt. Next to him is his wife, Mrs. Blunt. And then we have Keisha, their daughter. She's 17. And then we have their little son, Baby Roach. Then they have the 15 years old brother. His name is Kush. And then next to Kush is a young lady by the name of Mary Jane. She is the girlfriend of Uncle Blunt. Uncle Blunt is a multi-billionaire because he owned 25,000 acres of marijuana. So he's yes.
So from a man who hasn't been around that and was very naive about it, it seemed like you really got all this stuff down pat.
Oh yes.
Now what was the research? What was the research you've done?
Talking to other people and
blunt heads.
Yes, blunt heads. I even have 2 daughters now that blunt heads, in college, and that's where we're going now. I mean, things have changed. No, I don't have any.
And it's a family show, Sean.
I know. Yes.
Now, Sean. So this I know is the first time you're probably hearing about this, but you seem like a gentleman and a scholar. Matter of fact, a preacher's son. Aren't you a preacher's son?
I am not a preacher's son.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what the bio said. But anyway, no, just teasing. But it's funny, and I'll throw this to both of you all right before we'll give you a thought before we go to commercial break. Many people have, and I'm not a blunt smoker or anything like that, but many people have a misconception about weed and blunts, right? And they think that many things are worse than it when alcohol is really worse than it, period.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So when we come back, we're going to pick up this talk with these gentlemen to get their thoughts on this. I'm Sherard. We'll be right back right after this.
Dang! Why you always yelling? You gonna have these joints in here looking at us like we crazy.
Okay, but Mama, please tell me why I was coming out the dispensary and this half-burnt stress blunt started stalking me.
Don't even front, because you was just with that super stress from Arizona last week. Up there talking about, but Mama, his name is AZ, and I know he got that top shelf potential. Stupid shit.